What happens when something terrible suddenly changes the life you've built with the person you love? Today, we're going beyond the news to share an emotional and urgent story. Elizabeth Johnston from 7 Little Johnstons is facing a crisis. Her husband, Brice Baldwin, has had a sudden heart attack and is in critical condition. Stay with us as we bring you all the details, reactions from the family, and expert advice on what this means. Hello everyone, I'm Toya. Welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, please consider subscribing and hitting the bell so you don't miss stories like this one. Today we're talking about the shocking news of Brice Baldwin's heart attack, the moments that followed, and how Elizabeth Johnston and her family are holding on to hope while he's in the ICU. Elizabeth and Brice's love story began long before the cameras. Before she became famous on 7 Little Johnstons, Elizabeth met Brice through friends in Tennessee. They shared laughter, a love for adventure, and a deep connection. In 2018, they got married in a small ceremony with close family. Since then, they've supported each other through life's ups and downs. Recently, fans saw Brice enjoying life, going on morning runs with Elizabeth, cozy date nights, and fun TikToks. But behind the scenes, Brice sometimes felt more tired than usual. He had shortness of breath after small tasks and mild chest pain at night. These are warning signs of heart trouble, but they're often mistaken for stress or being too busy. Doctors say it's important to notice signs like chest pressure and unusual tiredness and to get checked right away. On the morning of May 28th, 2025, Brice got up early, like always, to make breakfast. Around 7:15 a.m., Elizabeth saw him stop suddenly. He held his chest, and his face turned pale. He told her, "Liz, something's not right." His voice was weak. She thought maybe it was just indigestion. But then he collapsed. Elizabeth called 911 at 7:17 a.m., her voice shaking. "My husband is unconscious and not breathing." The emergency dispatcher helped her start CPR until paramedics arrived. Those minutes were critical. At 7:21 a.m., paramedics reached the house. They gave Brice oxygen, used a defibrillator, and quickly got him onto a stretcher. The ride to Memorial Chattanooga Hospital was a blur of sirens and lights. They got to the ER at 7:27 a.m. Doctors rushed Brice inside. Elizabeth was taken to a waiting room filled with harsh lights. Every second felt like forever. She kept praying, "Please let him be okay. Please let him fight." At 8:05 a.m., Dr. Raj Pat, the cardiologist on call, gave her the news. Brice had a massive heart attack. They were able to stabilize him, but he was in critical condition and had been moved to the ICU for full monitoring. The ICU is a serious place. Machines beep nonstop. Brice was hooked up to tubes, sedated, and on a breathing machine. Nurses checked on him every few hours. Only one visitor was allowed in at a time, and everyone had to wear protective gear. Doctors said Brice had a 90% blockage in a major artery, what's often called the widowmaker. If treatment is delayed, this kind of heart attack can be deadly. Dr. Thompson explained that the goal is to get the heart beating on its own within 10 minutes. The quick CPR and defibrillation likely saved Brice's life. Now they're focused on preventing more damage and helping his heart heal. Elizabeth is staying at the hospital, sleeping in a plastic chair, watching the monitors. Friends and family are trying to support her, but nothing can take away the fear of not knowing if Brice will wake up. They have 2 young kids, ages 6 and 3. They're staying at home with relatives, away from the hospital. But each night they ask, "Is Daddy coming home?" It's heartbreaking. News quickly spread among the 7 Little Johnstons family. Amy and Alex Johnston posted emotional messages. Fans all over the world sent love and prayers on social media with hashtags like #PrayForBrice. People were sharing memories and kind words. Even those who didn't know the family personally were touched. In the ICU, doctors run tests every day. They check his heart's function using blood tests and scans. One important number is the ejection fraction, which shows how well the heart pumps. If it's above 40%, Brice has a good chance of recovering with medicine and lifestyle changes. If it's lower, he may need more treatments like a heart device. Many people recover from heart attacks and live full lives. For example, one man named Mark, who had a similar heart attack, now helps others with heart rehab. Brice is young, and because he got help quickly, he has a better chance. What's next? The next 72 hours are very important. If Brice stays stable, he may move to a step-down unit. Then he'll begin rehab with gentle physical therapy and new routines to support his heart. Elizabeth is focused on just one step at a time, one moment at a time. Brice's fight isn't over, but with fast medical help, a strong family, and so many people hoping for him, there's real hope. If you or someone you love has chest pain or collapses, remember, every second matters. Thank you for watching. Please keep Brice in your thoughts. We'll bring you more updates as we get them. More updates now. Elizabeth and Brice got engaged more than a year after their daughter was born. But why did they wait? We'll explain everything. More than a year after their daughter, Leighton Drew Baldwin, was born, Liz Johnston and her fiancé Brice Baldwin got engaged. On May 25th, 2025, the 23-year-old reality star posted photos from their beach engagement on Instagram. Brice, who is 26, put his arm around Liz in one photo as she held up her hand to show off the diamond ring. In another picture, their 18-month-old daughter Leighton smiled while posing with her parents. Liz added a red heart and a happy face with hearts to her caption, writing, "Yes." Elizabeth also shared a wedding date and shut down online comments about her relationship. She and her mom Amber responded to fan criticism. But we'll talk more about that in our next update. Leighton's face says it all. In the comments, many fans congratulated the couple, and several members of Liz's and Brice's families also shared their thoughts. The official 7 Little Johnstons Instagram page added a heart eyes emoji. Liz's dad, Trent Johnston, left several heart-shaped comments. Her sister, Emma Johnston, said the surprise was worth it. "I adore you all, sis. Welcome to the family. Best wishes to you both." Brice's family member Kristen Sarver Baldwin also left kind words. A close-up photo of Brice, Liz, and Leighton was also shared on the 7 Little Johnstons Instagram page with the engagement news. The caption gave a few details about the special moment. On the beach with the blue angels flying overhead, he asked, and she said yes. It was the perfect time with tiny Ladybug by their side. Liz gave birth to Leighton on November 3rd, 2023, and the engagement happened a year and a half later. The couple used people to announce Leighton's birth. In their statement, they said, "We can't wait to share our kid with the world." Before their daughter was born, Liz and Brice, who started dating in 2018, went through a tough time. But Liz shared on her family's TLC show in May 2024 that Leighton helped them get back on track. Liz said, "Now things with Brice and I have been a lot better than they were before." She explained that becoming parents changed their relationship and gave them a new perspective on life. She said, "Leighton deserves a lot of credit because she's taken Brice and me in a new direction. It's not just about dating and moving out anymore. Bringing someone else into the world really shifts how you think." Liz added, "Although he and I are important, I've always felt like Leighton is the most important person in Brice's eyes." In a June 2024 episode, Trent, who is 49, shared that he believed his daughter and her longtime boyfriend were planning to get married. He said he hoped they would stay together and tie the knot. He also said, "Will I see it next year? I'm not sure. But I could picture Leighton as a flower girl standing between her parents at the wedding when she's 2. That would be sweet." Liz and Brice have also talked about possibly having more kids. In June 2024, Liz told People, "I think I can convince Brice to have just one more when Leighton is a little older, maybe when she's in school. I keep saying we should try again so we could have one average-sized and one little someday. That would be really exciting." Liz Johnston and Brice Baldwin seem to have picked a wedding date based on the most recent 7 Little Johnstons news being shared. So what do we know about this date? And how are fans reacting to it? Many fans of 7 Little Johnstons have hoped Brice would break up with Liz after everything that's happened over the years. But as viewers have seen, not only has Brice stayed, he's become more involved, especially since baby Leighton was born. Viewers noticed how Liz and her mom Amber often micromanaged Brice, especially when he tried to do anything with his own child. Just from a few moments on the show, fans were upset by how the family treated him. Despite that, it now looks like Liz and Brice are ready to officially announce their marriage plans. According to the latest updates, their wedding is set for November 8th, 2025. There's even a countdown clock. TLC is likely planning to film the event, which could become a big storyline in a future season. The couple seems ready to make things official. Liz has always said she wanted the whole package: family, home, and a big celebration. But fans had a lot to say about Liz and Brice's recent wedding reveal and the countdown. Some fans reacted angrily to the news. Many still hope Brice doesn't get even more tied to this family, but it seems that ship has already sailed. Still, some people believe the wedding news might not be real. Only time will tell if the wedding is truly happening. One person wrote, "I can hear her now. Brice and I's wedding." Another said, "Oh, Brice, you should have run." Someone else added, "I'm glad I'm not the only one who had that reaction. He's about to spend his life being bossed around by someone foolish." Another said with a loud sigh, "Not again." Some fans even said, "I won't believe it until they prove it." One person commented, "This 100,000% doesn't look real. They got engaged and Amber didn't have a full photo shoot? That doesn't sound right." Others pointed out the engagement photo looked like a stock image, which made it seem less real. So how do you feel about this news? Do you think it's real or fake? Share your thoughts in the comments. Brice Baldwin also recently shared a personal update on social media. What did he say? If you watched season 14 of 7 Little Johnstons, you may remember that much of the season focused on Liz Johnston and her issues, especially dealing with her breakup with Brice. Fans followed their ups and downs and guessed from social media that they were back together. As the season continued, Liz confirmed that she and Brice had reunited and were expecting a daughter, Layton. That became a major part of the storyline. Fans are now eagerly waiting for season 15. Usually, it's Liz or the official family account that shares life updates. But recently, Brice shared his own. He posted several photos of his family, himself, Liz, and baby Layton. In the caption, Brice wrote, "My forever and always," with the hashtag blessed. Fans continue to wonder if Brice is truly happy with Liz, or if her parents, Trent and Amber, pushed him to stay with her for the sake of their daughter and the family. There's been a lot of debate about this. Still, many people love seeing Liz, Brice, and Layton together, especially now that Layton just turned 1. It seems like Brice is happy with how things are now and that he and Liz have worked through their past problems since their daughter's birth. These are. So good was a comment of 7 Little Johnston's fan on Brice's most recent post, including updated family photos. Precious, another TLC commenter, said. Liz Johnston also commented on Brice's update saying, "We love you." 7 Little Johnston's hate for Liz Johnston. Out of control. There has always been. Enough for the 7 Little Johnstons. Fandom to attack TLC cast member Liz Johnston. So it's no surprise that their hatred for her is nothing new. Did the recent animosity from fans, though, cross a line? What are the most recent comments made about her? The idea that Liz Johnston is really just Amber Johnston's younger self has been a common one among 7 Little Johnstons followers throughout the years. They are fundamentally different from one another and want things to be done their way. If they aren't able to acquire what they want, they will not hesitate to use force to achieve it, since it is clear to most viewers that Liz is Amber Johnston's favorite. 7 Little Johnston's followers have also accused her of favoritism. Many have also drawn the conclusion that, unlike Anna Johnston, who is polar opposite Amber, Liz is her favorite, since she is the most like her. The members of the Johnston family have been drawing closer together and isolating themselves online, which is especially noticeable to 7 Little Johnstons followers because the whole family fight has been unfolding on social media for the past few months. Some social media sites like Instagram restrict or delete user comments completely. Many things about this are reasonable. Since Anna Johnston is so beloved by fans, a deluge of 7 Little Johnston's commentators have been inundating various family members' posts with questions regarding Anna Johnston and the latest developments. Therefore, it's easy to See why the family members made this decision. Liz Johnston appears to be going on a killing spree, banning comments that disagree with or criticize her, and there are plenty even on platforms like TikTok. Fans in general have a lot to say about this, and several commenters have taken to the platform to claim that Liz blocked them. Even Anna Johnston addressed a fan's message over Liz's blocking behavior, writing, "It's okay. I'm blocked by her, too. What a wonderful example for her. Unfortunate daughter, nasty girl Liz." One reader remarked recently, "It really makes me wonder if the kids never really got along and it just became more evident as they got older," chimed in a second commenter. To get what she wants, Liz obviously plays into T and A's guidelines. After labeling her as the troublemaker for so long, Anna's family still refuses to acknowledge that she has gone above and beyond their expectations. It's likely that Jonah and Liz feel jealous that Anna was able to leave and is now an adult with real freedom to live her life as she pleases. They should block Liz for as long as they insist she is a genuine nurse. A third party added something like, "Liz is the worst person on the show." Emo was added by someone else. Amber and Liz shut down fans' free speech. But why? Supporters of the Johnston sisters have been critical of Amber and Liz for years, claiming that the sisters are dominating and that they manipulate the story to fit their own agendas. People have been criticizing them for censoring free expression even more recently. Can you tell me what's happening here? Having command is something that both Amber and Liz Johnston adore. Following the return of baby Leon Baldwin from Brice and Liz, Amber and Liz have been going full control freak, as viewers of Seven Little Johnston have seen in recent scenes. Viewers of Seven Little Johnston frequently point out how Amber has meddled in every facet of the situation, despite the fact that this is Brice and Liz's child. Fan perception holds that Brice's capacity to be a good parent has been severely compromised by Liz, who is practically an alternate version of Amber. As if that weren't terrible enough, Brice has been under fire from both of them. Fans of Seven Little Johnston have pointed out that all of the cast members' social media accounts either cut off commenting on postings or eliminate the possibility completely, which reflects Amber and Liz's strong desire to control everything, even the narratives about them online. Fans of the Seven Little Johnstons were quick to point this out when rumors of a family conflict with Anna Johnston began circulating. The number of commenters inquiring about Anna on practically every family update led to the limitation or removal of the comment option. Viewers are quickly captivated by Amber and Liz Johnston, as fans of Seven Little Johnstonins know. Commenters have recently criticized the mother and daughter team for what amounts to comment moderation, which they argue limits free expression. This official account remarked one commentator not long ago, seeing how many comments Brice and Liz have on their Instagram post gives me a good idea of their personalities and their thought process. My comments would have been off since day one of filming if I were ever on a TV show like that. A second commentator offered, "Some folks are so much braver than me to go on television and have their pages publicly accessible. I can understand why the comments are off given that their fans all hate them." A third commenter pointed out, "In all my years of social media usage, I've never seen anyone gripe about being unable to troll." One more individual added, "Yep, all of them are limited except Emma and Anna. Some of Alex's are limited controlling the comments from fans. Who knows, maybe Joanna has one." Yes, I agree. It does reveal a lot. How much longer is this show going to run? No more today. What are you thinking about this gossip today? Let us know in the comments, and stay tuned by subscribing to our channel to get more updates like this. Thank you.